Alrighty, folks, good evening and welcome to tonight's edition of the Whitfield Report. I am your host, Sam Whitfield, broadcasting live from NGC Studios here in South Florida, and I want to thank everyone for joining me here tonight. As always, contact info, as usual, you can follow me on Twitter and Instagram at 70_NGC. Follow me on Gab at Sam Whitfield. Even though I never post there, people have probably followed me on there, and are probably wondering why the hell I'm never on there. And because it's Gab, honestly, that's why. Facebook.com/Whitfield Report. If you're on Facebook, like that page. And of course, thesamwhitfield.com is my website address. And I'm proud to say that the sponsor money from the audio podcast has finally covered my yearly, domain registration. So that's good. If you would like to support the show at any time, you can send me a super chat via either streamlabs.com/The Whitfield Report or paypal.me/WhitfieldPod. And I don't have OBS, but what I'll do for the Streamlabs, if anyone wants to donate, is I will manually read them at the end of the program. And unlike Owen Benjamin, I actually will read them. So feel free to send them in. So anyway, a couple quick things that I wanted to address before we get on with tonight's show. First off, I do want to apologize once again for anyone who tuned in to the Future Nobody stream I had last night. The first go round and turn off because of the frame rate problems and all of that. Honestly, I don't know what happened. I hadn't changed any of my settings whatsoever with my streaming program. It usually performs pretty well and pretty adequate. So I don't know what happened. Every once in a while you get glitches with any program, so I didn't mean to pull like a Joe Matarese, but even the best of hosts have technical problems, but I think we resolved it with that second stream last night. Also, once again, I want to thank our boy Fate of Kings for creating that intro video for me. He did a fantastic job on that and the stream/screen, which you saw earlier if you were waiting for the show to come on. So, thanks, Fate of Kings. Very cool. And I also want to give credit because people have been asking me if Chuck wrote that theme music for the show. Chuck did not actually do the theme music. A gentleman by the name of David Allen Chatzilis, who's in a podcasting group I'm in on Facebook, he wrote that theme music for me. I gave him he gave me a really good deal on that theme music, and he wrote stinger. He did stingers and little bumpers, transitions for the audio. I mean, he really did a good job. So, if you need theme music, I don't really know where to get a hold of him, but he does a lot of podcast music. So if you can find him, hit him up and tell him that Sammy Whitfield sent you. So and then finally, one last housekeeping thing. So a couple people have been asking me when I'm going to start selling merch, which I can't believe that I'm already getting DMs about Whitfield Report merch. I didn't think that anyone would want my, logo or even my mug on a t-shirt. But honestly, we've been having some problems with the we've been having some problems with the merch store with setting one up, and it's appropriate that Evil Eric is actually popping up in the chat because this kind of pertains to him. So, Evil Eric is the one who did the show logo for the Whitfield Report, the most recent one. And when I asked him to do it, I kind of said I wanted it to be a little bit inspired by the JRE podcast logo, but not really. So, Evil Eric put together a really good logo for the show, which you can see two of them, in the intro. And, you can see my channel avatar, one too, and on the podcast, or if you're listening to this on audio. So I went to Teespring on Friday night to try and put that design on a t-shirt, and it looked to be coming out pretty well. But then when I went to actually create the storefront, it for some reason Teespring said that the logo was in direct violation of some sort of copyright, which doesn't make sense because that's completely original artwork. I've been credited Evil Eric. And I know that a lot of you guys are probably bored with the semantics of all that, but long story short, for those of you who are shouting and asking about when a merch store is going to be coming, don't worry. We're going to be getting those t-shirts and those phone cases, online and some way. I just, whether that is through Teespring or just through some Amazon store, we'll figure out a way. But we don't need retarded algorithms striking an original design because, God forbid, it might slightly resemble the JRE logo a little bit. Yeah, Evil Eric's logo is original, so how dare you, how dare Teespring, strike an original piece of artwork by the ever so talented Evil Eric. Eric should probably. Well, I'm not gonna say that, but I was gonna say Eric should probably pull a Louis C.K. on the Teespring, managers. So, anyway though, yeah, it's weird, Evil Eric. If you check the Evil Eric's art section of the thing, I actually sent you the whole entire email that they sent me. Yeah. Anyway, I know Gabe. All of his t-shirt talk is gay and whatnot. So, anyway, we'll be getting on to the show. So, for tonight's show, I'm actually going to have a very, very special guest. So, as many of you may remember, last week I talked about the problems with Denver legalizing, or rather decriminalizing psychedelic mushrooms, kind of what I felt some of the fears were with the city and county of Denver doing that, which is why I'm wearing the Broncos hat, actually, funny enough. That I did not do that on accident. That was on purpose, Evil Eric. And by the way, your Lions suck. But not as bad as the Raiders, at least. Anyway, with that being said, Denver's become pretty much like druggy central now. So, for tonight's show, I invited my very good friend Rowe to come on the show. Now, Ty's not like a political analyst or anything. Ty is a old friend of mine. I've known him since, I've known him since middle school. So probably about like, 12 to, you know, probably about like 12 years now. And he's a good friend of mine. And, he used to be, I wouldn't really say he was ever really liberal, but he was just kind of trying to find his way. And I've kind of brought him on to our side, and he's always been a really good guy. So I'm going to invite him on. We pre-recorded this interview on Thursday. He actually called in, and we did this via the Zoom conferencing app. So I think you guys will like this. So I did kind of want to put that in there though, because as you guys will see in the video interview, I'm wearing a completely different shirt and completely different outfit than I'm wearing now. So in case any of you video listeners are confused as to why the wardrobe change, no, I do not speed change for the show, but rather this was pre-recorded. So anyway, so the first 45 minutes of the show will uh, be my interview with Rowe, which I'll play here in a sec, and then I'll be getting into some Owen Benjamin stuff later on tonight, because just when I think I'm done talking Owen, that genius, in extreme air quotes, you know, keeps spouting his mouth off about shit. So, anyway, but let's get to my guest, the guy who I actually enjoy and the guy who I grew up with. My good friend, an all-around jokester, Mr. Tyler Rowe. And you'll also get to see kind of my dark sense of humor come out, as you guys haven't seen that before. Anyway, let's roll the interview, and I will actually join in the dirt with the dirt people tonight. So, anyway, here's the interview with Ty. Let's roll the tape. All right, ladies and gentlemen. So we're going to try something new tonight on the show. I have a friend who's calling in tonight on the show. As many of you may have heard on last week's show, I talked a little bit about how uh, the city of Denver, Colorado, Denver County more specifically, recently decriminalized, I guess, medical mushrooms, quote unquote, and, you know, how that's one step further to full on legalization. And I discussed some of my fears and about what that could mean and some of the, unforeseen disasters of marijuana legalization in the state of Colorado. And I was talking with one of my very close friends, Ty Rowe, who I've mentioned on the show before. He's one of my best friends, and we go back all the way to junior high. And I've talked with him a lot about this subject in private, but I figured I would invite him to come on the show and discuss some of his concerns as well with all of you. So, Ty, welcome to the Whitfield Report. How are you doing?
I'm good, Sam. How are you?
I'm doing good. So, wow,
Yeah.
it's kind of surreal. We've been friends for almost close to 16 years, and this is the first time you're on my show, I think. So,
Well, I was on your older show, but yeah, I think this is the first time I'm on the newer show. But yeah,
yeah,
thank you for having me on. So,
no problem. So I mean, as I've also explained to people, I mean, I'm down here in Florida. I mean, I've come back to visit you and
hmm
times. And I mean, as I've explained here, I mean, I was pretty shocked by some of the changes in Colorado and how some people, behave now that marijuana is legalized. But as you've told me,
hmm
it's way worse there, every day. So just, you know, I don't really want to ask you too many questions, but just feel free to kind of start in wherever you want to on this topic. So,
Yeah, so like you said, after the legalization of marijuana, which was back, well, we voted to legalize it in 2013, if I recall, and in 2014, that's when it became official.
right.
And I remember seeing on the news as a young man in 2014. I was what, 20 years old at the time? Yeah, something
Yeah.
like that, 19, 20. Uh, I remember seeing on the news all these big lines for all these dispensaries that were opening, and they were saying, oh, like, yeah, we're happy to be in Colorado. We're from Montana or Kansas, and yeah, we're coming here because pot's legalized and we can buy it for free and not have to worry about the cops harassing us, and one of the guys, I guess, was a disabled vet from out of the state, and he was coming on the news saying how he was in the state for the marijuana legalization because I guess marijuana helps him with his PTSD and whatnot.
Right.
And I don't have a problem so much with vets or whatnot, but my question is like, how stable is this vet? Is he one of those that is kind of aggressive? Or I mean, obviously not on marijuana, he won't be like that, but that's just kind of one of the problems here in Colorado is it's let in a lot of interesting, and I don't mean a good interesting, I mean a very bad interesting group of people in. Like, when I was taking public transportation one time, I was talking to this guy who was he was in the blood gang from Compton, and he straight up said, to sum it up, I'm here for the pot legalization. And to me, like, it's become a big problem because it's let in a lot of people that are here for the drugs, and people who can't function properly without them. And I just feel like you say, yeah, this state has really gone downhill. Like, people don't know how to drive anymore, and I know that sounds funny, but it's true. Like, here in Colorado, you got people making illegal turns, doing illegal things. They're driving slow. They don't know where they're going. I mean, it's a disaster here because of the pot legalization, and I'm here to testify it to that. So,
Well, I mean, one of the big counter arguments that I've heard in favor,
hmm
in favor of pot, and I know you've heard all these too, is, you know,
hmm
oh, it, by legalizing it, it will bring down, crime and whatnot. But from what you just told me, yeah, I mean, you're laughing because it's kind of, it's absurd. Like you just said, blood is the Bloods and the Crips are setting up shop, and
Oh, and and I'm sorry to interrupt, but I can guarantee you it's not decreasing crime if anything, because the problem here in Colorado is we have a 25% tax on the marijuana alone, and that's more than cigarettes and alcohol combined.
right,
Now, the problem is because pot's even too expensive to buy in the state, you still have the black market, which is very, very, stable right now. I mean, you got people going to a private drug dealer still just to buy that. And I guarantee you, I want to say like maybe 75% of these drug dealers are doing it illegally in terms of the state laws. And by illegally, I mean, they're not giving their fair share to Uncle Sam, basically. You know what I'm saying? Because, if they do, then they got to put the 25% tax. It's going to be more expensive. So that's what I'm trying to sit here and say is like, oh no, it didn't decrease crime if anything, and especially with this ridiculous 25% tax on it, it just made things worse. You know what I mean? So,
right, and I mean, I've heard stories from other friends, too.
hmm
You and I have talked. I have one friend whose brother works for the RTD system. RTD, for those of you who are out of state, that's the public transit system in the greater Denver area. And he said that, like, he has to make, like, his brother has to clean like all sorts of drug paraphernalia up out of the trains and into the buses at night. So
right.
it's not helping with like the drug littering problem either. In fact, it's kind of encouraging it. So
Oh yes, indeed. And I think I might have told you a story when I was an airport security officer out at DIA. And for the audience, I wasn't TSA. I was HSS. They're a contract company, but we work with the TSA and the airport ops and all that. And one time I had a guy. I was searching his bag as he was coming through the employee turnstiles. I was searching his bag, and I found a marijuana grinder in his bag. So then of course that led me to search for more. Like, oh, does he actually have drugs in there or whatnot? So I did a thorough search, and I didn't find any marijuana, and I found little spicks of residue, if you will. And I told him, and very well, I could have probably have called it in, but I just let him off with a warning. I was like, hey man, like let's not be bringing this stuff to work, okay? And it's crazy. Like people are bringing all their drug paraphernalia into the airport. I mean, I can very well testify that there's people actively smoking marijuana and cheating their drug tests out at the airport. And that's not safe because as an airport ramp agent, which was another job I did at the airport, you're in charge of heavy equipment like the tugs, the push bars, the pushbacks, all that stuff. And it's like these are really heavy equipment that could damage the plane, kill people, and that's the problem. Is because everybody has this mentality where it's like, oh well, it's legal here in Colorado, so we can smoke it all we want. It's like, no, it's not. And we used to argue this with people at airport security. We're like, yeah, it's legal in Colorado, but it's not federally legal, and you're on federal property. So yeah, you're in trouble basically, So
So basically, what you're also saying is like
mhm,
it's interfering in public transit, which I believe even the local like RTD and like
mhm,
all those public transit, like I know that I'm pretty sure that, like most of those, even though they're state operated, like they have to operate under
mhm.
federal guidelines too. So like all
Oh yeah, they do. They get random drug tests, but I guess like depending on what job you do at the airport, it's more of like an initial drug test, and then if you like cause injury or or get into an accident or cause injury, then yeah, they're gonna drug test you. But see, these friggin' potheads that work out at the airport, they'll sit there and get injured or damage property or hit a plane or something, and they'll probably majority of them will deny a drug test. And I guess like what's kind of screwed up here in Denver is like if you deny a drug test, you get fired automatically, but then you can reapply to another airport job. Whereas if if you do take the drug test and you don't pass, there's more consequences to that. Like you can never work at an airport again. So my question is, well, if they refuse a drug test, isn't that an obviousness that they're on drugs? So why can't they be banned from working out there? You see what I'm saying?
So wait.
Uh huh.
You're telling me that there's a fucking loophole where you can like refuse a drug test and you'll get
Oh
fired?
yeah, of course there is. That's because it's here in liberal Denver. Oh, anybody can do what they want when they want. But yeah, to answer your question, there's a back door to it, basically. Yeah.
Wow, yeah. I don't think we've talked about that, on
No, we never have, but I think it's a good point to bring up on the show with all this pot and shroom shenanigans.
yeah,
So.
no shit. And I mean the other thing that really
Mhm.
the other thing that I kind of want to touch on briefly, and then we can move into
Mhm.
the shrooms thing too, is like
Mhm.
one of the other big problems that that has actually made a lot of coverage in the news lately is the fact that like
Mhm.
people are actually driving under the influence of marijuana,
Oh, of course.
which supposedly is like it's just like driving under the influence of alcohol, yet because it's like THC in the blood or whatever, they have to like blood test you, and the cops are like are having trouble. I guess from what I've heard, there are so many potheads that they have to pull over that like they can't blood test all of them just because there are so many. That's what I've read.
Oh, I believe it. And and yes, I guess technically the way it was passed was they're supposed to treat it like alcohol, whereas if you drive high, you get a DUI. But for some reason here in Denver, like you say, nobody just wants to enforce that. And you've seen it, people cannot drive here in Denver. I mean, this state is like me and my dad said, it's basically turned into New York, New Jersey. You got, and I don't know if you've ever been out to Jersey, but I went out there for a Christmas
Oh
thing
yeah,
with my dad. And to sum it up, the people there could just not drive for shit.
yeah.
They
Well,
could not drive. And they damn near almost caused accidents and doing illegal turns and, illegal driving swerves. And, oh, don't even get me started. But,
well, I mean,
to sum it up, like these people are driving on marijuana. And, and granted, yeah, it might depend on like if you smoke indica, sativa, hybrid, whatever the hell you want to put it at. You know what I mean? But as far as I'm concerned, because, I mean, I'm not going to lie on the show. I was a young man once. I had my pot smoking days back when I was in my youth, and, when I smoked pot, it just made me really tired, laughing, and it really did impair my judgment. And,
oh yeah,
it's like I cannot sit there and believe people when they say, oh, it makes you a better driver of anything. Because I'll tell you right now, I'm not going to give his name out on the radio station, but I had a guy I used to hang out with at Grandview in high school. And he basically went to go take his driver's ed test, stoned as hell, and he failed the first time because he ran through a stop sign. So you cannot sit there and tell me, oh, it makes you a better driver. No, the hell it doesn't. So,
yeah. Well, I mean, and that was and I mean, I was in the car once with you, and luckily nothing happened to us. I remember.
oh, yeah, that guy that ran that stop sign and almost T-boned into us. Yeah, he
Yeah,
was probably stoned too.
we almost got like when I was out there last Christmas. Folks,
Hmm.
we almost got like fucking T-boned, and then like I think another time like a guy almost rear-ended us too one
Hmm.
time. So that was like twice in like 11
In a
days.
day, yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's right. In one day. So yeah.
Right, and that used to be an every once in a while thing, but it's very common here in Denver now. And God help this state, but Denver's just turned into like these cities, like I was saying, New York, New Jersey, where oh, anybody can do what they want when they want. And I know this is going a little off topic, but I'll briefly mention it up. It's like that Proposition 300 we had to vote on, but unanimously didn't pass. To sum it up, folks, Proposition 300 was a law basically stating the homeless can camp out wherever they want, basically. So, I mean, that's just the kind of city Denver's turned into. It's more of like, instead of doing the right thing and maybe getting these homeless people off the streets by getting them jobs and getting them into rehab so they can be clean, oh no, we got to let them camp out everywhere. And, I know this is getting off topic, but I'm just trying to sum it up that this is the city Denver has become.
Well, no, actually, it's not off topic. I actually did want to kind of bring that up later, so
Oh, okay.
we might as well discuss that topic too. I mean,
Yeah.
because that one was bizarre. Because I mean, like basically, like I don't know if you've been out to the West Coast much or out to California much, but like San Francisco, like they've already like completely legalized that, and like they now
Hmm.
they now call San Francisco, and I think San Diego is becoming this way too. They call San Francisco the shit city or something because like because I guess that there is now a little that like homeless people and whatnot.
Oh no, you're not joking about that because when I worked and I've done a few security jobs, folks. By the way, I had a lot of different jobs in my youth, so just be prepared.
Oh yeah.
Um, and a few of those jobs I had was security, and one of the security jobs I did for Allied Universal. I was kind of like going back and forth between DTC and downtown Denver. And one of my jobs as a security officer was to chase the homeless people off the site we were on because, they camp out there, do drugs, drink, cause. And I guess there was a security officer that ended up getting assaulted by one of those homeless people. But, the point is like I say, when I worked there, and as a security guard, I literally saw a homeless lady piss, like pull down her pants and piss all over the sidewalk right in front of us. Oh God, imagine seeing that as a security guard and then having to shoo her away, you know?
Oh God. Well, yeah. I mean, what? I mean, one of our listeners, Josh, who is probably in the chat, he and I were talking one on one the other night too, and he was saying that like,
Hmm.
I guess a lot of these homeless people in Denver have like, fucking pit bulls now too, and he almost got attacked by like one of the homeless's pit bulls when he was living out there, and this was like 5-6 years ago now that
Right.
that
And,
that
I've never seen one with a pit bull to my best knowledge, but it could very well be true, Well,
yeah.
and, these homeless people, they get government assistance like food stamps and disability income. And they've got the nerve to sit there and panhandle and go use that to buy drugs and alcohol.
Yeah, yeah. Of course they're not even like trying to get like Section 8 housing or put like a roof over their heads. They're just
No, dude. And like, here's another thing to add to that story about how much of a crap hole Denver's become. Um, a buddy of ours we went to high school with, again, I'm not going to give names, who, what, when, where, why on the show, but I'll
right.
tell brief stories. He had a homeless guy that went to their church, and the church pretty much offered, like, got him a really good job. But he ended up turning it down because his exact response was, I don't want to be bossed around.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I've heard that story. Well, I mean, I've heard stories too where it's like I can actually make more money like off of welfare and whatnot too, which kind of just shows how messed up our welfare system is too. That like
Right, exactly.
so so the homeless thing is bizarre. The marijuana thing has turned out to be a disaster, but the
A huge disaster.
a huge fucking disaster. But I mean, I guess
Hmm.
the I guess, and this is kind of, I guess, the crown jewel of our conversation. And I remember,
Hmm.
like, when I heard about this, I literally called you and was like, dude, what the fuck is going on? Was like, is this for real? Was when I first heard that
Hmm.
I was considering like legalizing, like hallucinogenic mushrooms. So
Yeah, psychedelic mushrooms is the actual term, but yeah, you got it on point.
yeah, or I guess decriminalizing it. I don't.
Yeah, there it's a very interesting rule because like there's people. I mean, it's the rule is decriminalized, quote unquote, but the hell do you think decriminalized means? It basically means legalize it and make it okay.
Right.
Uh huh.
Um,
Sorry, go ahead.
yeah, I mean, so I mean, I read, I still sometimes read like some of the Denver papers online, but like
Hmm.
there's only so much you can get, in terms of like local news if you're out of state. So like I guess like
Right.
I'm just a little like who the fuck thought this would be a good idea? I guess like who lobbied for this in the first place? Do you know?
Oh, well, your corrupt government officials here in Denver, which are mainly the Democratic Party. I'm starting to think these Colorado governors or politicians or electives, whatever you want to call them. I mean, whether it's Republican or Democrat, I feel like they just want to bring in guaranteed votes so they can sit there the next election and say, oh, I helped support the legalization of shrooms. Vote for me, you know what I mean? And it's really all to get, and I know it sounds funny, but, it's pretty much all to get guaranteed votes. So that's why they're bringing all these shitheads, for a lack of a better term. They're bringing all these shitheads in here because they don't work, they just don't amount to any good, but do drugs and cause crime and cheat the system. And it's like, it's sad that this is what this world has come to, especially here in Denver, that these politicians just want guaranteed votes to, go to the extreme,
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if I've told you about this term yet, but there's like a term now on the internet called there's a term that I think is pretty, pretty accurate, that
Hmm.
we're living in clown world right now, where like everything is just like so goofy, and everything is so goofy, kind of like fucked up now that, like we might as well be living in a world run by fucking clowns. So
I believe that.
yeah, I mean, this is
Well, and like I say, and I'm going to add into what we talked about the other night. Denver has just become like New York and New Jersey. Hell, even when I was in prison, when I did some time, and again, folks, this was back in my youth. Sam knows I was quite the hellraiser before I turned my life around. But back in my youth, when I was in prison, you have all these for lack of a better term, Muslim believers in the jail, right? And it's screwed up because, like, come Ramadan time, and I know this sounds funny, but this is true. Come Ramadan time, because they can't eat till like 9 o'clock at night or some weird shit like that. Come 9 o'clock at night, they let them out of their jail cells, and they have this big, nice fucking meal ready for them with like bread, rice, meat, chicken, all these great things that they would normally not serve in a prison, right? And it's screwed up because, like, these Muslims get accommodations during Ramadan, but yet during Christmas time, you can't even serve us a turkey. We just get more mush for Christmas and Thanksgiving. You see what I'm saying? So there was a point where I was damn near almost considering to just go around and say I was a Muslim in prison just so I can get this good meal. Like, literally go up to the prison guards and be like, I'm Muslim. May Allah be with you, my brother. Praise be to Allah. My new name is Mohammed, not Tyler, So
yeah, yeah. Well, you could have done that, or you could have identified as like a trans woman, like black,
well,
disabled.
I don't know about back then, but yeah, nowadays I very well could have, And I've even been thinking about doing this with applying to some construction companies because there's a reason why I support Trump's wall, and I agree. I think some of these illegals are taking our jobs and whatnot. So what I've been thinking about doing is applying to these construction companies and saying on there I'm Hispanic Latino, and when they ask like, "Oh, we thought you were Hispanic Latino," I'll be like, "Oh, I identify as a Hispanic Latino. Hola, donde está?"
Yeah, well, I mean that's that's interesting because I mean now that anyone can identify now that anyone can choose to identify what gender they are. I mean I suppose.
Hmm. Well, and it's not even just gender; it's race. Like you probably saw in Dr. Phil, this fucking black chick sitting there being like, "Oh, I identify as a Caucasian. I hate Negroes, and they're so It's like, shut the fuck up. That's not how we white people talk.
So, so
I
wait,
literally
wait.
want to get over there and tell her, shut the fuck up and act like a goddamn normalized, civilized American.
So wait. Dave Chappelle's Clinton Bigsby character is now a reality. Is that what you're
Oh,
saying?
yeah, dude, on Dr. Phil, they had this chick come on there. I don't know if you saw on Facebook, but she's like literally a black chick grown up in a black household, and she's sitting there. Oh, bro, I mean, I'm not going to lie. I got a little kick out of it, but it was kind of weird. It's like she's literally sitting there saying, like, oh, I'm not black. And she's like talking like a rich, privileged black girl. I mean, white girl. And she's like, oh, I don't identify as a black girl. I'm a white girl. And, these Negroes are so hood and dirty and gangsters, and I don't affiliate with them. And I'm just sitting there like, oh my fucking God, is this what this liberal shit really has come to?
Oh my
Oh,
God.
bro, I mean, I was laughing a little bit, but it's like, oh, fuck. Like, even she doesn't want to be black. That shows you something.
Well, yeah. Well,
I mean, I'm not saying racial. I'm just saying it shows you that, I mean, it's just come to this thing where it's like now not only can we identify as a different gender, but, oh, I guess in liberal law, I can identify as being black or Latino or, whatever the fuck besides white.
That's true. Well, in that.
I mean, seriously, I'll probably start going around calling myself Tyrell and friggin', putting on applications. Oh, I'm a black disabled man. See how much assistance I can get with that. And if they ask, well, we thought you were black, I'll just be like, oh, well, I didn't. And like I said, even with the construction companies, to get a job there because they're stealing our jobs, they'll probably be like, oh, I identify as a Hispanic. Hola, ¿dónde está?
Well, and if anyone questions you, you can just be like outraged and ask like, "Are you assuming my race, asshole?"
Exactly. Yeah. That's funny. I saw a very similar meme to that on Facebook, and it was the Titanic meme. And it was like it's like saying if Titanic was made in 2019, basically, sir, women and children only first. And the guy's like, did you just assume my gender?
Oh yeah, I saw that one too. Well, also, with this whole like Me Too bullshit that's going on, where
Mm-hmm.
like, where like, the old lady on the Titanic is like, it's been 80 years, but like Jack, like Jack or whatever his name is, raped me on the Titanic like 80 years ago.
Oh God.
And it was like it was kind of a parody of like all these Me Too stories from like 30 years ago that are just now coming out. But I mean,
Right.
but
And I just might as well publicly state this. You know me, Sam. I'm not a racist or prejudiced man. I've got black friends that I make jokes with, or friends that aren't white. So
oh yeah,
folks, in no way, shape, or form am I a racist or sexist. It's just I'm trying to bring up a point here that this is getting a little ridiculous. This stereotypeness.
yeah. Well, I mean, the unfortunate thing is it doesn't matter because I mean the hard left is so entrenched in our pop culture now, and they're just like,
Well, that's your progressives for you. I mean, there's different types of left, but I call them the progressive left. You know what I
right.
mean? Like the ones that got to make everything fair for everybody. Like here's another thing the left is pushing on too. I guess this football coach, this like middle school or high school football coach, he got in trouble because I guess he made his kids do bear crawls to where they puked or something like that, and they had cuts on their hand from the grass or whatever, and it said, "Oh, coach in trouble for making kids do bear crawls." I'm like, are you freaking kidding me right now? I mean, I was just astonished by it because, like, as a kid, I played sports, and whenever you lost a game bad enough, yeah, the coach would come in pissed off. He made your day hell. I mean, it's life.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's the other thing that really worries me too. I mean, we're just talking about like sports, but the other thing that
Mm-hmm.
is really concerning is like now you have like all these pussies like signing up for the military now too, and like they don't want to go through they don't even want to go through like basic training, and it's like that gets
Oh,
fucking scary.
Christ.
That's like fucking scary because like I'm sorry, but if you can't handle like the fucking drill instructor like yelling at you during like
Mm-hmm.
like basic training, like then like if our military goes to shit because of these pussies, and I don't think it will because thank God like thank God that for the most part the military is still one of the places where we have some sensible people, but like
Right.
God forbid if this like social justice crap like continues to invest its way into the military. Yeah, I'm gonna feel real safe with like a gay boy tranny, who
Well, funny you mentioned that. Do you know the kid that shot up the STEM school? I don't know if you've heard about this, but there was a
yes.
shooting at the STEM school. Apparently, the kid who did it identifies because I don't believe in that transgender BS. I mean, even a doctor came out on social media and said, "No, you either have a penis or a vagina. There is no in between." So this freaking kid that identifies quote unquote as a transgender yeah, he went and shot up a school, and that's something the progressives don't want you to know about,
Well, supposedly he identified as a woman, and
Oh, great.
I heard the joke, and it's actually kind of funny. Thank God he identified as a woman, because women don't shoot real well, and so he only kind of killed, like, it is kind of a fucked up joke, but like, hey, but like it but
No,
like
I know. It's just jokes and games. But see, that's the thing, too, in this country nowadays. You can't even make a nice little dirty joke without getting some shit. You know what I mean?
as I've covered it on the show too, you can't even you can't even look at NFL cheerleaders without some like feminist journalist who doesn't even like have any interest in sports or anything, like writing a like 2 page.
Right, and that's ridiculous. Because, like, what about the freaking firefighter calendar? Oh, that's not sexist that all those men go out and show their six pack and abs and their nice tan. The hell. I mean, and I'm not against firefighters or that. I think it's a cool idea. If
Right.
anything, it's pretty funny. But I mean, you get what I'm saying. Like when a woman does it, oh, everybody's being sexist. But when a man does it, ooh, it's nice and sexy, and it gets me wet, and oh.
Yep, that's how these feminists are. So they
Mm-hmm.
also
Well, oh, go ahead.
the other weird thing, and I mean now we're just going off into like total goofball territory. Like the other
Mm-hmm.
the thing that's like really weird is like a lot of these like uber feminists have no problem with like hardcore lesbian porn, but
Right, right,
like basically if it appeals to men, then it's bad, so God
right.
forbid that like the Dallas Cowboys cheerleaders just kind of show off a little skin, that's too much. But if you're a lesbian and you want to watch like lesbian hardcore, like face sitting porn
Oh God.
with your other lesbians, that's a-okay. So
Right.
you know
Well, and another point I think we should bring up on the show is that kind of these progressives kind of contradict themselves. That's the word. They contradict themselves because see they're so against the Second Amendment because guns kill people, but yet they're totally fine with abortion and killing their own babies.
Yeah, well, and the other thing too that's like really that's where they contradict themselves too. Speaking of guns, is like these are the people who complain at like police brutality all the time, and like granted like there are cases of police brutality, but then
Mhm.
they're also like
Right.
but then they're also anti-guns, and so when they want to get rid of all guns, they're like, "Oh, only the cops should have guns." And I'm like, "But wait,
Right. Right.
but it's like you hate guns and you hate the cops. It's like I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
it's like pick a side, literally.
It's like either choose guns or choose like pick one or the other, but pick a side and stick with it. So
Well, it's like with this Black Lives Matter that they're all pushing on the African Americans in this country. Like, I had a guy that was pro BLM that I was debating with, and he was so contradicting himself, it wasn't even funny. Like, check this out. So he's sitting there, typical stereotypes, oh, the white man forced Christianity on us, and yada, yada, yada. And then he goes from that to, oh, poor Jesus, like the white man killed Jesus. It's like, dude, wait a minute, time out. You're sitting there saying, that, the white man forced this belief on you, but your belief is we killed Jesus. Like, dude, pick a side.
well, I mean, technically he's completely wrong, because
Right.
like the last time I checked, like the Jews that
Hmm.
killed Jesus were Arabic. They weren't white.
Right. Oh, no, he's totally wrong on his theoretics and history, but like I say, it's just the point of being is like he's really contradicting. So it's like, how are you going to sit there and bash Christianity like that, but then turn on the white man and be like, oh, white man killed. You see what I'm saying? Like, it's contradictory. I mean, do you see where I'm coming from? Or
Oh yeah, totally. I mean, I don't. I think I've told you this before, but when I was at my
mm-hmm,
previous school before I transferred to the university I'm at,
mm-hmm,
I had a black chick come up to me and like literally, she was like a Black Lives Matter. She literally came up to me and was like,
mm-hmm.
she was screaming in my face like, my life matters, my life matters, and I'm like, well, who?
Oh God.
And she's like, and all I said was like, well, yeah, obviously your life matters. Like, who, like, what I want to know is like, who is the, because they make up this straw man that like, white people are, but like Black Lives Matter, but like, I'm like, okay, so who said that your life doesn't matter? Like, obviously your life matters because if you get like murdered or something, obviously the person that killed you is going to go to jail, and like maybe face the death penalty for it. If your life didn't matter, there wouldn't be, any punishment for, murdering you. So
Right, exactly. And another point I'd like to bring up too is if you look at it statistically, the most deaths on black people are pretty much black on black death, rival gang versus rival gang type shit. You know what I mean? And I've been thinking about posting this on social media. So it's Black Lives Matter unless they wear a different color or wear a uniform. Funny how that works, you know?
well, that if you post facts like that, then Mark Zuckerberg is going to ban your ass for 30 or 60 days on Facebook like he's done to me, in the past. But like, but hey, that's just
No, and I probably won't do it, but I'm just saying I should because, like, it's an interesting fact if you think about it. Because, like they said on statistically, like, it's not so much white on black deaths or Latino on black deaths. It's literally the highest killing rate for blacks is their own kind killing each other. You know?
yeah. Well, I mean, I'll invite you into a couple groups where you can discuss this stuff, safely on Facebook too.
Mm-hmm.
But like, yeah, I mean, it's just like I said, we're living in a clown world now. So
Oh, exactly.
so well, hey man, I think this was a good first segment. I know that you said we might want to do this more regularly, and at some point we may need to get you like a Twitter account or something so that you can have real fun screening with all these libtards out.
Right. Well, again, I'm more of an independent, but I have independent status with like of majority conservative views. You know.
Yeah, well, that's not that's not good enough for the left though. You might as well be like a right wing neo-Nazi, like
Right. Yeah. In today's standards, I guess. Yeah, that's what they
yeah.
would consider it
I mean,
as.
I'm kind of like I'm kind of an independent guy too, and yet like
Hmm.
and yet it's ridiculous that they call that they call the crippled skinny guy, like a neo-Nazi. The
Yeah, considering the Nazis would have had you killed, so.
Well, I mean, and considering that the Nazis are also fags that like to dress up in black leather, and like, and I
Good
mean,
point.
and like walk and do that gay ass walk with the gay ass hand signals, and so
Yeah, you know what I tell a Nazi? I'm like, I know the gang sign for go F yourself. Here's my middle finger, you know?
yeah, well, I mean, even those Nazi haircuts, they are kind of gay if you think about it, but
Oh, yeah, that short cut with the bleach blonde. Yeah, no thanks.
yeah, that is. Yeah, so hashtag Hitler was a closet homo. So, but
Gotcha.
All right, man. Well, I want to thank you for coming on, and hopefully we'll do this again. I had a blast. So,
Yeah, I had a good time too, man. And yeah, I look forward to being on your show more often. Thank you to all the audiences for listening to me and stomaching what I had to say and whatnot. And yeah, thank you guys so much. It really was a pleasure being on here. So,
I think the audience is gonna love you. They probably also know where I get my where they probably also know that yes, I'm not the only one with a twisted sense of humor now either. So.
oh no, and I'm a lot like you. I speak the truth regardless of how painful it is, and that's kind of what I strive to be in life is the truth and nothing less. So,
Yeah, but I mean, you also make the truth fucking funny too, which is what I love about
of course, yeah.
you. So, all right, brother, I'll talk to you soon. So,
All right, no problem. Thanks again for having me on the show, man.
you're welcome. So,
All right, take care. Bye.
all right, bye. Alrighty, folks. We are not done here quite yet. So, for those of you who are still tuned in, thanks for watching us. Still, we still have a few more things to cover tonight. I guess we'll make it like a 2 hour show tonight. What the hell? Since last night's stream was a bit of a fucking disaster. It was a difficult situation. Um, Honestly though, I do appreciate Ty coming in, and yes, I know that some of you guys are pro marijuana. And here's kind of my position. I've talked about it a little bit before, but I mean, basically, I'm a libertarian. Uh, if you want to smoke pot in like the comfort of your own home, I'm cool with that. But what Ty and I are both kind of concerned about is like not so much not so much marijuana itself and like smoking marijuana casually as much as like the whole weed culture that surrounds stuff. Um, because legalizing isn't really changing shit in terms of how people behave. So, um, and if anyone wants to come on and debate the points, I mean, let me know. We'll set something up, or not even really debate. I mean, I'd like to hear someone who's who thinks that this is a good idea. But yeah, I yeah. Okay, so Johnny Arcade says, weed is life. Well, I mean, like I said, here's why I look at it. It's like alcohol. Some people can handle it. Some people, you know, can't. So, anyway, where do you think you're going, John Arcade? You're not leaving the stream quite yet, boyo. I was gonna play one of your videos. So, sit down and take your pants back off. So, yeah. So speaking of Owen and that jagoff, because that's what he is. Oh boy, where to begin with Owen? Where to where to begin? Yeah, I mean, I like rum too, evil Eric. I mean, I like beer. Um, you know, but I guess the point is enjoy everything responsibly. Um, so, but where to begin with blown today, huh? So I guess he's going to shut off his chat now. And he also wants he's been overwhelmed by the gammas. The gammas being you, the savage folk, the RTC, folk. The guys like me who like big boobs. Yes, Johnny Arcade. Yeah. Um, so, basically, Owen's chat these days are, Owen's streams are filled with gammas, so he called for Gamma Side today on his stream. Yeah, he did. So, I didn't have time to download this, so we're just going to play off the desktop. But anyway, this comes from our good friend Johnny Arcade, who you can subscribe to here. And this video is called Gamma Side. And let me move the overlay control panel around here. And yeah. Alright, okay. Cut number 1, let's go.
Stay your band just immediately. There's a huge gamma push to break up me and Vox, and that's just hilarious. Because success shows them their failures.
No, you guys are both train wrecks.
We have a gamma assault. That's all right. Because I don't have any. What are those people called? Where are my people?
Moderators.
Yeah, because all these people are just saying I'm an alcoholic and that
Because you are, okay, you are, and I drink beer, but I don't drink every single day. And even when I do drink, on stream, which is rare, I don't go on I don't even go on rants against liberals that hard when I'm drunk. I think the one stream I got drunk was the Brett Kavanaugh thing, and I did that sort of, comedically, since, Brett Kavanaugh got penalized for, suddenly beer became the left's, favorite scapegoat for everything wrong in the world. But yeah, when you definitely are an alcoholic. So, don't fool yourself, buddy. You definitely are. So, why did that minimize? Alright, okay, yeah.
yeah, I'm gonna shut down the chat.
Oh, he did it, Johnny. You were right.
No more live chat. Bye bye, gammas.
Oh my God, folks! What is he going to do without a live chat? Will he be able to function without a live chat? Will he be able to? I don't think he will. Speaking of chats, because I have this in full screen, I can't see my chat window right now.
Bye, guys. Uh-oh. It didn't work. No more chat. Oh, are people going to go away? No, there hasn't been one drop. Doesn't matter. People know each other, If you can't, everybody loses when people can't handle themselves, but it's worth it. I'm not going to sit here and have a bunch of people tell me, because what they do is they plan it. They plan it on Reddit and all these places, and they say, okay, what we're going to do is we're going to call Vox Day this name, and we're going to...
So you do pay attention to the Owen Benjamin subreddit, then? By the way, I did not pause right there intentionally, although if someone wants to pause the stream real quick and, like, get that screenshot, be my guest.
All say that Owen needs help and all this stuff, and it just, the people that enjoy.
Dude, you fucking do need help, dude. I've been saying that for, like, I've been saying that for a better part of, like, 8 months. Like, 6 months ago, I was saying it nicely to you, like, trying to be sympathetic. But, even when you first, doxed Johnny, I was, still, like, trying to say, come on, Owen. Like, apologize, just please apologize, and, and then get yourself some help. If not for yourself, do it for your sons and for your wife. But, no, he just kept being a belligerent dick, so, I think everyone in the DZ would pretty much, agree that, I'm a pretty nice guy. But, even Owen has... Even Owen has, rubbed me raw, to the point where, now, dude, I don't want to see anything bad, happen to you physically. But I'm glad that your channel is failing. I'm glad that you're spiraling every day. I'm glad that you're becoming more and more, I'm glad that no one in the mainstream wants you anymore, Owen. I'm glad. But you still need to you still need to apologize to John Arcade. At least for me. Until you apologize for until you apologize for framing Johnny Arcade and thereby framing us by extension, I personally will not be going away from commentating on the stream.
Enjoy the stream, don't like it. It doesn't help them at all. And it's like, well, then they don't get to speak either. Yeah, they do. I'm reading their letters right now, dumb fucks. We haven't lost anybody on the stream. If you want to chat with each other, you can go to Owen Benjamin app, which is available at the Google Store for free. You can also comment on here and follow each other on YouTube. Be friends with each other. I think I'm gonna start the chat back up. Just maybe some of them left. We'll see if we shook some fleas loose, and then we will continue. Enable live chat. Let's see if we shook away some fleas, or if any of my moderators show up, because I know how you guys enjoy this.
His mods aren't even coming to the rescue now, folks.
All right. Let's see if we shook some fleas. I'm going to take a look. On your loud ride trolls to get you. I enjoyed the chat. Disappointing. Well, you're banned. No, I'm not allowing anyone to get to me. It's about the experience of the situation. It's literally like going to a party and people are starting to beat on you with a stick, and you just leave the party and go to a better party, and people are like, oh, they got to you, man. It's like, no, it's not enjoyable. I'm just going to do something better. It's not about getting to you. It's about the enjoyment of it. We back. There you go. I think we shook some fleas.
By the way, guys,
I might give some of you guys some moderator. Anybody that I recognize, I'll give a moderator.
So I'm in chat right now on my phone. So if you see me looking down, I'm watching my own stream from the channel. It's basically I'm just reading your comments. Yeah. Yeah, the Hurricane Cat says that Blue really hides his curves. Not quite well enough. Fat Keck Boy, do you have a Patreon, Sam? I do, Fat Keck Boy. I will promote that towards the end of the show. Or I'll send you a link in Twitter DMs too while we're playing this as well. So, but yeah. So, real quick, I do want to point out that so Owen turned the chat off for a bit. Then he realized, oh shit, I'm unable to do a show without my chat. So he turned it back on, expecting trolls to, the trolls left. We ain't leaving, bucko. We ain't. And when I mean we, I don't just mean us here at the Whitfield Report and at NGC Media or, the RTC community or the DZ. Like, the entire internet is trolling you, Owen. And I'm the nice guy. Like, out of all the trolls, I think I'm one of the nicer guys trolling you.
Ability just to start banning bitches. Oh, sweet, Sherry's here. Yeah, just start banning anybody that's remotely.
Oh, Sherry as in Sherry from the Nick DiPaolo show. Way to try and ruin Nick's career by bringing Owen in to things. By the way, I like I said, I still love Nick. Just, he hasn't had Owen on in a while, so.
You know what to do. But what about free speech? Yeah, I can't read your handwriting. I'm really sorry. But because I appreciate you though. I can handle it. Slap Weasel. Do we trust Slap Weasel? I'm gonna give out some more power to some good generals. Tractor Bear deserves it. I don't know if Tractor Bear wants.
Tractor Bear, high-based Texan. High-based. No, I don't care about video stats for nerds.
Wants the authority though. Let's see what we got here. Bright Eyes Bear. Good morning, Bright Eyes Bear. Westside Bear's here. Who should get more?
Oh, Westside Bear. You mean that the same guy who made cripple jokes about me? Not even jokes, more like just like insults after I called out Owen for just being a general bully and a dumbass to Joe Ural. That same one guy.
More banning power. Yes, trust Slap Weasel. Okay. Joe Knoxbear, I trust Joe. Obviously, he invented the app. Add moderator Joe Knoxbear. Where's Slap Weasel? Write something so I can give you more power. Moderators are a mistake. No, they're not a mistake at all. Every good cult leader needs his generals.
Whoa! What? Did you just hear that, ladies and gentlemen? He just admitted that he runs a cult. But Sam, it's not actually a cult. It's a joke. We're just joking. No. Owen said that with a dead, straight on face. It's a cult. We've been proven right. You bears who said that you're going to give me money if I could prove it was a cult. Pay up, mofos. Pay up. Well, Oh, that's right. You probably don't have any money because you mailed it all to this guy. Never mind. I don't want your money.
All right. Because Vox has a lot of hate because he's re-attacked people that have attacked him, and so
Vox has a lot of hate because he's just a douchebag. Like, okay, for those who are unaware, I've disliked Vox for far longer than I even knew of Owen. And, like, this is actually what I was saying in the interview with Future Nobody last night. Vox Day reminds me of well, I'll play some Vox clips in a bit here. And by the way, thanks for if you're in the chat, John Arcade still, thanks for playing this because I can really sink my teeth into this clip. It really gives me some good ground to cover. So I appreciate the longer form cuts, brother. I really do. Let me pause this. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So as I was saying, Vox reminds me of a leftist college professor who makes up like his own language, his own academic language, like gamma and like the wizardry and well, I mean I know that's Owens, but they both make up these like super pseudo intellectual like bullshit languages that don't mean shit. They literally mean nothing. And then they complain that they are the epitome of social justice warrior college type professors that like to lecture people but say nothing. And yet they think they're fighting against social justice warriors. Bro, you are a social justice warrior. Alright. Johnny. I really love these longer clips. Thank you.
there's a lot of butthurt homosexuals. BB Vox isn't really bad. Bald. Oh, that's hysterical. No, Vox is great. He's one of the few people I know that you can actually look at his whole life. People say the same thing about E. Michael Jones with me. They're like, E. Michael Jones is bad news. I'm like, fuck off. What people try to do is isolate you. Just isolate you so you don't have any friends or alliances.
No, Owen, you've done that yourself, bro. You've done that yourself. Rogan called you because he was concerned. You answered only like one of his calls and apologized, and then you immediately went back to shitting on him. Crowder, although there are legit issues with Crowder, although Crowder himself has problems, Crowder did try and call you, and talk shit out with you. Crowder's dad tried calling you after Chuck contacted Crowder's dad. Like, people have tried reaching out to you, dude, and because you don't want to have a private conversation, because you want everything on stream, and because you pushed people away, people can only go so, like, and I've had this happen in my life, and I'm sure other people watching and or listening have had this happen in my life, in their lives too. Every once in a while, you'll have a friend. You may have a friend. They may even be like a really close friend, where you see them ruining their lives or doing something that they shouldn't, and you go, hey dude, I don't think you should be doing that, or hey dude, I'm concerned about you, and they spurg out on you, and they're like, fuck you, dude, or like, they just get angry and upset with you. They won't listen to you, even though they're a friend. So eventually, you've got to say, all right, well, I've got to just move on with my life, and I'll do me, and they'll do whatever the fuck they're gonna do. Owen's done that with everyone he was once associated with. And now Owen has gotten himself stuck on the fringe part of the internet, which is Vox Day and Old Man E. Michael, whatever. Grandpa Neo-Nazi, as I call him.
All right. Okay, if people just insult Vox without saying any details as to why, ban. If people just say Vox is a whatever, something negative without any details, ban, immediate ban. All right. Oh, and as far as business goes, he's extremely trustworthy to the point, like to the minute. Like beyond trustworthy. The reason people are coming at me and Vox's relationship is because he's so trustworthy with that stuff. And all these gammas want everyone trapped in the SJW American hell that is YouTube and PayPal and all this shit. I really like Vox. Thanks for turning the bears onto him. Yeah, everybody that this is the thing. This is why I know it's bullshit. Yeah. This is how I know it's bullshit. Is everybody that I've turned on to Vox, like everybody that I've sent to watch him, likes him. The only criticism I've gotten that's valid is that he can talk. Like some people say that he's boring, but it's similar to people saying I'm crazy, where he can be very deliberate and just work.
Oh, that is funny. That is, Owen actually made me laugh for once. Owen, bravo! You actually made me laugh for once there, buddy. Okay. I mean, okay. First off, the people you recommend to Vox, the people you send over to go watch Vox are audience members of yours. Obviously, they're going to tell you that they like Vox because of one or two reasons. Either they've bought into your whole entire cult mentality, in which, what's the difference between you and Vox at the end of the day? In terms of your audience member types. Second off, like, even if they do have, like, criticism, they're not going to tell you because, as you just demonstrated, like, 5 seconds ago, you're going to ban anyone who, who criticizes Vox. You said that in your chat, so, that's why people are saying they like Vox, is because they're afraid of you. Second off, when Owen says that, people saying that Vox is boring is akin to Owen being crazy, that is both funny and it's true, and it's actually interesting because, like, in a weird way, this also tells me that, like, Owen knows he's crazy. Like, I don't know if any of you have seen Apocalypse Now. I know I'm bringing up, like, a boomer movie from the 70s, but whatever. Apocalypse Now is a great movie. And the Marlon Brando character in that movie is just, like, an insane general who starts like a cult. Basically, like he's a Vietnam veteran general who basically goes. He's a Vietnam general who basically goes. Who basically like goes off and like starts his own cult on like an island, and he knows he's legit crazy, but he doesn't care. That might be Owen at this point. I think that is Owen. And also, I mean, the people who think that Owen and Vox are talented are also the same lame people, like leaving me like low rating us on iTunes, saying that saying that I do not have a good voice for radio, which is a moot point. But oh yeah.
Work through an idea, and some people are like, man, I want to see someone yell at a dog. That's where I come in. I've never once seen anyone real go watch Vox and then be like, he's evil. Nobody. Everybody likes him. So that's why when you see these troll farms come out, it's
again, that's because they're all afraid of you.
Because it's total bullshit. Yeah, like some of Vox's people think I'm crazy, but in a funny way. They're just like, yeah, I like him, I guess, but he's not really for me. He's a little, he's a little out there. Because they like Vox's more game theory, like game design, meticulous nature. And I'm more like...
What? Vox's shitty game design? I mean, back when I used to develop like games for Windows XP, like when I was, 12, before the podcast or anything, like I was developing better games than Hot Pie or whatever whatever Vox was making.
Like, dude, let's talk about I don't think we went to the moon. No way. Coffee? Hey, look, a goat. And some people are just like, this is too much for me. And then those are the
So Owen, this is interesting. So Owen is definitely at some level self-aware that he's insane. He just doesn't care at this point. I don't think. He just doesn't give a fuck. Which, okay, here's the thing. If he were crazy, but he wasn't hurting anyone with the shit he was saying, and I've said this before, I'll say again. Like, back in October of last year, like during the primaries, after the DZ, after we had left, like, the DZ, we even disbanded. And, like, we left Owen alone. We left Nimmer alone. Some people would, like, when Owen went off on the moon landing thing, like, I would get, like, DMs on Twitter being like, hey, guys, like, hey, Sam, did you, have you seen that Owen's, like, doing the moon landing thing? They'd send me a link. I'd watch it, and I would be like, what a dumbass. But, I really didn't care what Owen was doing. And I don't think any of us did, really. I mean, I thought that, geez, Owen, if you want to be, like, a serious political commentator, like you're always saying, maybe you should be, like, I don't know, paying attention to the midterms and talking about that shit on your show. Like, normal streaming show hosts do, but, that's fine. If you want to go on moon landing, that's fine. But, so I didn't care about that. Really, none of us cared about what Owen was doing until, he created Johnny Arcade. and that's the reality of it. Like Johnny Arcade in the DZ. I mean I would argue that Owen created Johnny Arcade when he spelled, Johnny's name on stream. We did not care up until then. And I don't think we would. Let's see. So I'm reading the chat on mobile real quick. Okay, yeah. John Arcade says nobody is saying they like Voxium. Well, okay, yeah, I probably not. I'm just going that like even within Owen's logic, right? If they're saying they like Vox, it's probably because they're terrified of him. So. Yeah.
Valid criticisms. It's not like the reason I was wrong about Nimmer is because people were giving me an actual criticism. They were saying he didn't serve in the military, and I'm like, just shut up. He's my friend. You know what I'm saying? When people just say someone's bad, I smell bullshit. Did Nimmer ever apologize? No, I never heard from him ever again. He's a total con artist, and I am guessing a crackhead. That day I called him out on my live stream. I've never heard from him ever again. Yeah, I've had a pretty crazy year. So,
you think you've had a crazy year? Oh boy, ask John Arcade how his year has been. Ask any of us how our year has been, Owen.
I'm glad I'm not drinking. The Gammas were trying to get Vox against E. Michael Jones the other day. I'm pretty sure. Oh yeah, I mean, if you listen to his live stream, it's similar to mine, where people will say, "Well, what do you think about Owen Benjamin joining Compound Media?" And Vox is like, that's all right. I didn't know that, but I'm not joining Compound Media. It's constant starting of rumors. People write to me stuff, like rumor stuff about Vox. It's total nonsense. Where it's like, oh, what do you think about Owen saying this or doing this, or he's saying to eat plutonium and all this shit. It's like, they act like the worst menstruating girl. I just, sometimes it's worth thinking about turning off chats, but that's why I just gave a lot of people a gamma side hammer. Yeah, a second. I'm doing more banning. What fat idiots complain about the military being bad? Oh, you guys are just talking? I wish Owen would just stop vouching for people. Owen is great. What the hell? You wish Owen would stop vouching for people. All right, dude. It's such a double-edged sword, being this connected.
Yeah, because you're not that good at it, dude. Eric Nimmer's proof that you suck at vouching for people. Well, really, Vox Day is too.
To so many people because I learned so much, but at the same time, there's so many just dumb. There's just so much dumb in the world. Yeah, and that guy's getting kicked out.
Banned for life.
You're out. My guy's got you. Hang on a second. That person's funny. Someone just wrote, "I'm worried about you, Owen." That's legitimately funny, but I obviously banned you for life. Handling gammas is like handling feces. You should avoid it if possible. I know. It's like someone wiping their ass and being like, "Oh, you can't handle shit." It's like, no, I just want it out of my life. You're not scary, Gammas. You're just a bunch of fags. Hang on, just got to ban a guy. Thanks for the new Gamma Troll beaters, the moderators, the Gamma sides. The Gamma side is coming. If you want to come here and talk that
Oh boy, Owen. That only took you like 4 tries to come up with that nickname.
shit, you will be exterminated. And you won't be missed. Because those are the real guys. I used to always think it was just like deep state agencies. No, it's these fucking assholes in their basements that are just like, oh, he has what I want. I'm going to hurt him. It's like, shut up.
Owen, I already have everything I want. Like, this show, like, I've had it for way longer than you've even had your stream, buddy. But Sam, you're not as popular as Owen. You don't have the numbers. And let me put it this way. I don't have the numbers Owen has yet. I kind of like the fact that we've built up the Whitfield Report community slowly but surely. I like that. I really do. And I'd rather have a smaller audience of people who even if they're not like-minded people can have a decent conversation rather than like just people who worship me fanatically. I mean, I like that people like me, but I'm not a god. Sorry to disappoint some of you, but I'm not a god. I am pretty cool, but I'm not I'm not like a god tier level streamer.
Such a pussy.
I guess I'm gonna have to explain this to you, Owen, because you're too fucking stupid to understand.
Yay, Johnny Arcade cameo!
All the same people who warned you about Nimmer are now trying to warn you about Vox Day, Teddy fucking Spaghetti. You're too stupid to heed the fucking warning. And in fact, you're so fucking stupid that you're relegating power on your own fucking channel to people that you don't know. You're now giving mod status to people you don't fucking know. They don't have your best interest in mind. Do you think that they're looking out for you in the Vox situation? No. And the fact that you're willing to ban people that are actually trying to give you good advice, you're going to go, what you're going to do, here's what's going to happen. Vox is going to fuck you out of money. You're going to come back on your stupid little faggot channel and you're going to cry like a little bitch like you always do. Oh, Vox stole from me, just like Nimmer. Well, you know what? That doesn't make Vox a bad person. It makes you a stupid person. It makes you worse than that. It makes you a bad father and a bad fucking husband.
Woo! Johnny Arcade bringing the heat. I like it. Johnny's getting spicy. But that's not the only Owen clip we've got for you, ladies and gentlemen. Oh no. Not the only Johnny Arcade clip that we've got. We have at least one more for sure. But let me go back to the chat window real quick and so Fat Kick Boy, I do have a Streamlab. It's in the URL, streamlabs.com/ the Whitfield Report if you would like to, if you would like to donate. Also, PayPal. Let's see. Fat Kick Boy always promoting the channel. So, okay. Let's see. Uh, um. Yeah. Okay. John Arcade, Sam's voice squeaked. I'm clipping. That's adorable. Yeah, Johnny. Feel. Oh my God! Why didn't I think of this before? Bass Texan runs the Owen Benjamin Clips channel. Johnny Arcade runs the best Owen Benjamin Clips channel. But Johnny could also run the Whitfield Report clips. So, let's see. Thanks for the following and okay. Okay. I was just catching up. I did see the I did see that someone just sent me a PayPal, so I will read that at the end of the channel. I will read that at the end of the stream, folks. Anyway, and all donation links and whatnot are in the description as well. Okay, so on to the second video from Johnny Arcade. This is one that this is one that I actually find even more interesting. So this was from yesterday. Owen told a 15-year-old girl that her dad is gay, that her abusive dad is gay. Let me play this. It's Owen. There's so much to get into. I'm not even going to go full screen on this because it's only like a minute long, so there's no point, but this is another John Arcade video. Okay.
My parents are getting divorced. Sorry for laughing, but
Okay, we're not even 7 seconds in, and I've already got to ask, like, what the fuck, Owen? A girl just said that her parents are getting divorced, and your immediate reaction is to laugh like your drunken, hysterical laugh. Yeah, way to go. A girl's about ready to ask you for advice, and you laugh. Way to go.
I saw that coming. I really, really want to believe and trust Jesus, but it's really hard when my dad constantly berates it and says it's a bunch of fairy tales. Well, it sounds like your dad's life is a bit of a fairy tale. By the way, when you get a strong man, it'll be fine. Right now, the strong male in your life is your dad, who sounds like a homosexual. So,
Again, like, what is this? What is this guy's deal with homosexuality? Like, with calling everyone a homosexual or a fag and whatnot. This girl's dad, from like the sounds of her letter, sounds like a real dick, but like once again, Owen's reaction is to just call everyone a fag.
You'll just need strong male leadership and you'll be fine. I consider myself Christian, but my family doesn't know because I'm afraid they'll think less of me. Especially my dad. Your dad pumps butts. I guarantee it.
Dude.
Every time you look at your dad and know what he thinks, just understand that he probably wants to pump behind a dumpster. Please tell me what to do. I feel so lost. I want to try going to church, but I really feel uncomfortable and nervous since I never went as a kid. I'm 15 years old right now.
Okay. So, oh my God. So I watched this earlier today, like before the show and kind of preparation, and let's just say I have a few thoughts on this. So basically, let me get the Owen stuff out of the way first. This is going to be a very short critique of Owen. But for Owen's part, Owen did not do Owen did not do shit to help this girl. And if this young lady is watching, let me give you some advice as someone whose parents went through a divorce, as someone who's had to deal with issues in my life, who's had to overcome some challenges in my life. They may be different from yours, but I had to overcome things with like a physical disability and other things with like my parents' divorce, losing some relatives. I mean, I've had a couple of setbacks myself. Okay. In regards to your dad not understanding your faith, I understand that as well. My father and I, up until a few years ago, we had our differences. And, we still do an opinion, but we've patched things up. Now, I guess, well, first off, the best piece of advice that I can give anyone who's young, in their teens or in their 20s, is Owen Benjamin is not a role model that you should be looking up to. Sam, are you saying you... No, I'm not saying I'm a role model either. Like, I'm just a guy doing commentary, and I guess this is as close to like an advice, segment that I'll get to. But my advice is for this young lady is, if you want to go to church, if you want to seek Jesus, more power to you. Find a friend who wants to take you. Take public transit if you have to. I know that you're only 15, so you can't drive, but take a bus. Your parents might not understand your faith first. I'll tell you, my parents, well, one of them did not understand my desire to start like a podcast. Like, at first, like, my dad kind of thought I was wasting my time, and like, I wouldn't say he's necessarily happy about it, like, even now, but he at least respects me and respects who I am. We've patched things up in multiple areas that we've moved on. You might not have that ability with your dad. I get that, but you know, my advice to you would be to simply just. I think it's great that you're wanting to develop your faith and find a friend, preferably like a fellow, young woman who would be willing to like carpool with you or take the bus with you or help you to get there. As far as Owen saying that you just need a strong man, easier said than done. Because there are lots of guys who are decent out there, and there are also a lot of guys who are less than reputable characters. Just as there are lots of women who are good and lots of women who are less than reputable. So, yeah. But bottom line, kid, I don't think you want to be, taking advice from Owen Benjamin. And, I know that my advice is only okay-ish, but it's got to be better than Owen. So, well, Sam's advice is to learn to spin around a pole. Well, you joke, Johnny, and obviously we're joking at that, but that might as well be what Owen told her to do. Owen might as well have said, learn to pole dance or something, because his advice was just as useless. So, let's see. MJ goes, seriously, who really uses snail mail these days? Let's see. Okay. Sam, I will succeed in creating a mech suit before my last breath. I swear. So, Josh, you're already cool. So, you're good. You don't need to, well, Bippity Boop says a 15-year-old did not send Owen a damn letter. Probably not, Bippity Boop, but even so, like I said, a 15-year-old wasted her time like, like she wasted valuable pen and paper. That's all I can say. Good Lord, good Lord Almighty, folks. Owen is just the locale that keeps on giving. So, before the end of the show, it's almost midnight, and we are going to make this the witching hour. We are, ladies and gentlemen. Shall we turn our attention to the evil narcissist known as college professor, social justice warrior, Vox Gayballs? Yeah, that's my nickname for him, is Vox Gayballs. I know that people just call him Vox Gay, but I just like the gay balls added on to the end. I think gay balls fits Vox perfectly. Or as people like to refer to him, Teddy Teddy. Oh, I've got it. Teddy Spaghetti Gay Balls. Okay. So let's see what our favorite. Okay. Teddy Spaghetti. Okay, which Teddy? Johnny, what? John, let me ask you here. Which Teddy Spaghetti video? Here, let me pull the chat back up in my app, real quick. Okay, let's. Okay, Windows, comments and reactions. Of course, I want that. Okay, let's see. Johnny, which okay, play the most recent vid. Will do, sir. So. Vox Day, Teddy Spaghetti is a complete failure of a man. I mean, it's only 20 seconds, but,
I did a little test on the unauthorized streaming, and unfortunately, it was, as far as I can tell, a complete bust.
Bravo, Johnny Arcade. So, I fucking Johnny, I just fucking did play it. Bravo. That was the best 20 seconds of all. Okay, let me just go through some of the rest of your Vox videos. I mean, fuck it, dude. We've got time. And yes, Sam, you don't have all the videos queued up at once. Well, now it's kind of the casual part of the show, and 976, John Arcade. Let's see. I am actually going to bed, so please drop a couple of gems before I go, asshole. Okay. Okay, this video I do want to play. Teddy Spaghetti Vox Day by John Arcade.
Pasta Bear! The Cinco Pasta Bear is a handcrafted stuffed teddy bear filled to the brim with fresh Italian-style pasta. Simply boil the bear overnight.
No problem with that.
The boiling helps ensure that all parasites and viral diseases have been destroyed. Then dry out your Crimbus bear with a germ-resistant rag. Next, place the bear in a microwave oven for 45 minutes. The microwave heats the pasta and kills any remaining bacteria or germs.
Wait.
Then, using a hunting knife, cut open the bear to reveal the pasta. Using your eyes, double check to make sure no insects or insect larvae survived before eating. Finally, throw away the bear to avoid the spread of disease. And ta-da! Dinner is served. It's the perfect gift for Crimbus. Order yours today?
Oh, okay, so that's an adult stream video. Oh yeah, I'm always dropping my pants. I'm always dropping my pants when Bippity Boop and Hurricane Cat are around. But I'm not even wearing pants tonight, ladies and gentlemen. No, I'm not. Am I wearing anything? Well, yes, I actually am. I'm wearing I'm wearing shorts actually. But anyway, so yeah, fat kick boy. Was that gold enough for you? Was it? All right, let me. I saw that some people. Uh, I saw that someone sent me a super chat by PayPal. So, imagine SPL.com. Alright, let me see if that was donated via my Streamlabs real quick, because there's no message in the PayPal, though I do appreciate that. So hold on a sec, folks. I will pull up my Streamlabs. By the way, streamlabs.com/Whitfield Report. If you would like to super chat me. So okay, Sam played the idiot dentist kid. I do not know if I have that, so Sam put on some Nicki Minaj. Alright, well I can't play any copyrighted music, guys. Okay, let me I will I'll play your thing. Gosh, okay. Let's see. So there were no Streamlabs donations. So someone just sent me a PayPal for $3 with no message. So thank you, Imagine SPL. Very cool. All right, Josh. Let me just let me pull up your link and open it in a new tab. By the way, happy birthday to Josh Rogers. So oh yeah, this is a good one. All right. If this is one I think.
I try to live my life every day. Keep out of strife, come what may. I try to do unto others as I'd have them do to me. But it can't be done for everyone, and now it's plain to see. You are a cunt. But if that's stinking cunt, say it ain't true, but it tell you you're a motherfucking cunt. You are a cunt.
Oh God, this is great.
Everybody knows from your head to your toes you're a big fat stinking cunt. facade, and now I see, dearie me, what a hassle this would be.
Big hassle.
I'm out of luck, don't give a fuck, 'cause you're the cunt, not me.
Why don't you go fuck yourself, dickhead?
You are a cunt, 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 big fat stinking cunt. Say it ain't true, but I need to tell you, you're a motherfucking cunt. You are a cunt, 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 motherfucking cunt.
Josh, were you wanting to play this for your for your ex-girlfriend or something? I mean, I appreciate the fact that you sent this so I can send it to my ex-girlfriend. But dude, let's see. Play photograph. Your okay. Yeah, it does. Let's see. But anyway, folks, well, that'll do it. So anyway, guys, thanks for tuning into the show. Thanks for joining me and participating. Thanks to our guest Rowe for joining me on the show tonight. I really appreciate it. So play Fate of Kings goat video. Let's see. Oh yeah, that one is funny. I will play. You know what? It's only 12:07, guys. We can go a little longer. Shout out to Fate of Kings once again, who did the badass intro. Yeah. Fate of Kings' goat song is hilarious. The goat remix. So. Another episode with zero nude men. What a fucking disappointment. Well, I don't see you stripping on webcam, for the show, Johnny Arcade. Neither you or Future Nobody got naked for me last night. So what makes you think I'm going to take any of my clothes off? It's not gonna happen. More time. So you're telling us there's a chance. Okay, who just foul-balled me? Not that I really care. But, alright. Okay. Okay, there are very quite a lot of good Owen videos here. Okay, Owen Benjamin Goat Rider. So this is the shooting star meme. I love this one, actually.
Goats, I have a good vibe with. They're cool. I like them. I like them. I like them.
Yes, bravo, Fade King. We love you. Kevin Costner. Man, Owen is. Oh my God, Owen has been in more movies now riding that goat than he was during his actual Hollywood career, guys. Who knew that all you needed to do was ride a goat in order to, you know, get a Hollywood career? Okay, so the goat rider video is great. And also, this is going to be like my 13th time playing this, but I don't care. It'll be my first time playing this on the show, but it's hilarious. The Barcelona Boomers promo is the best. It really is.
Welcome to Barcelona Boomers, brought to you by Unauthorized TV. Starring Vox Day, this fat guy and his wife, and Owen Benjamin. Just get a divorce and go travel. Fail to pass on your culture and enjoy a new one. The hell with your kids. Fuck 'em. Walk the streets of Europe like a fag. Make sure you bring a map Useberg. Buy useless shit. Blow that pension big boy. Saddle the next generation with debt, and rub it in their faces. Oh
Yeah.
look, the ocean. So pretty. Shall I take...
I would just like to point out, ladies and gentlemen, as well, that the Barcelona, you know, that the music for the Barcelona Boomers video is, well, how else can I put this? The music for Barcelona Boomers is so whimsical, guys. The music is full of whimsy. It's a very whimsical show, as you can tell by the music. But in all seriousness, that music, I actually want to use I actually want to use that same music and like make an intro for like a sitcom about the DZ. I think it would be hilarious if like, you know, if we made like a promo sitcom video for the DZ and just like had us like, you know, laughing and, you know, like hang out and hangouts and chatting and whatnot. It would be hilarious. John Eric goes, you'll have a follow you. Oh, I'm getting to that. So.
Take a selfie. Very cringe. Indulge.
I am
In
very
endless
whimsical.
indulgences. So many indulgences. Indulgences all the time. Relax in the sauna like a gaylord. Drink your sorrows away. Stuff your fat face. Have another bite, you fat fuck. Dog walks galore. Slow down, you're going to have a fall, you geriatric fuck.
Best line of
Start a garden and stream from the orchards like a queer. Wow. That looks like shit. Are you bored? Play a little hot dish. Shit man, this game sucks ass. Is Christianity in the way of your depravities? No problem. Burn it all down. And watch it on Fox News. We're happy you can join us and hope you enjoy the show. Don't forget to sign up to Steven Crowder's Mug Club. So based.
Narrated by Porcelain. Yeah, guys, so there's the new promo for Barcelona Boomers, exclusively on Authorized TV, on Sunday nights. I think it'll be the replacement for Game of Thrones, in all honesty, folks. Now that Game of Thrones is, tomorrow night is the last episode of Game of Thrones, that'll be it, and obviously, everyone is going to need a new show to tune into on Sunday nights, and, who wouldn't want to go watch Barcelona Boomers on Sunday nights? It'll be, Game of Thrones was like an Game of Thrones was epic, and Barcelona Boomers. Come on, you just can't beat that at all. It'll probably do like 10 seasons. Game of Thrones went 8 seasons. It'll be more. Sam play Hot Dish 2. I can't play Hot Dish 2 because Rocksteady never finished it. But in all seriousness, ladies and gentlemen, wow, what a great show. Thank you all for tuning in tonight. Once again, thanks to ImagineSPL.com for donating. If you sent me a message, I apologize. I checked Streamlabs and I did not see anything, and I also checked PayPal and there was no message that I saw. If I messed something up, let me know. Oh, okay. Okay. Hot Dish 2 is a video. Yeah. Okay. So apparently Hot Dish 2 is. All right. Let me pull this shit up. Okay, I'm pulling up Hot Dish 2. Okay. Okay, thanks, Josh. Josh pulling up the vids tonight, man. I'm digging it. Hot fucking autocorrect again. No, John, okay, I think you meant to play that, let's be honest. Alright, here's Hot Dish 2. The things I do for you guys. Oh, no way. No.
My goodness. Look at how much you have grown. Come give Teddy Spaghetti a great big hug. Here at the Restaurante Teddy Spaghetti cooking is a little fucking boring. But once I show you a few things, it will be more boring than watching a pot of water boil.
Ha! Oh my god, this is great. This is great. No. Fuck off, pop-ups. This is great. Oh, I want your hot dish, bippity boop. I definitely want your hot dish.
Thank you, my sensei. Okay, welcome to Restaurante Teddy Spaghetti. All you have to do is click on the oven. Oh wow, isn't this fun? Just watch the water until it boils.
This is like a really
Now click on the world famous Teddy Spaghetti to add it to the boiling water.
This is like a really bad, like, Sims. This is like The Sims, but if The Sims was shit. Like, I don't know if any of you guys played not The Sims 2 and not The Sims 3, but like the original Sims from like, 2001, 2002. This would be like the shitty cooking part of the simulation, except for boring. Ugh.
I am so glad you're my friend. Don't forget to donate to Unauthorized TV, which is definitely not a scam.
I love how Vox is doing promos.
Okay, so
for
your Teddy
Unauthorized
Spaghetti is done now.
in his
Thanks
own
for
video.
playing Hot Dish 2. Stay tuned for Hot Dish 3, where I will show you the type of hot dish I am used to. I will give you a hint that it involves Owen Benjamin taking a big steamy dump on my bare chest. Teddy Spaghetti signing out.
Final round.
Oh my god. So, shout out to, 3 Dolls, then, I guess. Wow. Bravo, sir. Bravo. Well done. Boy, that was, shit, man. This stream has been great. Like, and I know that people listening to this on the audio podcast are like, what the fuck? This part is, boring. But I mean, come on, guys. We did an interview tonight. We did some chats, and we played some of Johnny Arcade's videos. And now we're just making fun of Vox Day. I love it. Evil Eric in the chat goes now to do the paint drawing one. So oh god, Mortal Kombat with Vox Day would be excruciating. Johnny, are you kidding? Oh yeah, Evil Eric, your Teddy Spaghetti art is Oh, okay. Yeah, since this is Josh's birthday, I am going to, once again, happy birthday, Josh Rogers. Let's see. We're going a little long for your birthday celebration. Unfortunately, I don't have a beer with me, but I will after the show for you. Alright. Open link in new tab. Sure, why not? Oh, okay. Hang on.
Oh hot. Didn't see ya there. Welcome to the long-awaited sequel to the critically acclaimed hit from Gamma Games Hot Dish 2. Teddy Spaghetti's
Gamma
very
Games.
own.
I love it.
Wet paint. And trust me, it's twice as much fun as watching pasta absorb water. I'll meet you in the crawl
God.
space in a jiffy. I just have to finish whoring my mind out for shekels on the dork stream. Get ready to watch some paint dry. Namaste. Yes, I am coming, sensei. Oh hot. Didn't see ya there. So welcome to Wet Paint by Gamma Games. I'm your host Teddy Spaghetti. To begin, just choose your favorite color from the ones listed. Okay, very good. Me and Sensei are impressed with your skills. I'm sensing a 147 or above IQ. Now click on the paintbrush to paint the wall. Okay, great job kiddo, I knew you would be great at this. Now that the paint is wet, we must wait for it to dry to beat the game. Can you please tell me how smart I am while you wait? Nothing like a little foreplay.
Final round.
You got a Sudoku or something? It's gonna be a while. Also, don't forget to send shekels to unauthorized TV. Your shekels increase my IQ, so if you want better streams, start giving shekels please. Okay, so the paint's dry. Thank you for playing Wet Paint. I'm Teddy Spaghetti signing off. Namaste.
Wow.
But wait. Don't touch that mouse. It's not over yet. Would you like to buy the wallpaper DLC for $49.99? You can either choose from S standard dungeon library, or our most popular Teddy Spaghetti heads.
Final round.
Wow, that is the most extravagant and, dare I say it, high IQ wallpaper I have seen. That's a face only a bear could love. Thanks for playing Wet Paint.
Oh my god.
This is Teddy Spaghetti signing off.
Wow. Bravo. Bravo. Okay, bravo, 3 doll. You, man, you really, did an outstanding job with all this. And just for all of these, Vox Day Gamma Game ones, you, sir, have, earned yourself, a subscribe. And don't worry, I'll subscribe on my private channel as well and turn the bell on over there. I never turn the bell on for this channel. But anyway, wow. Well done, well done to 3 Dal. I think that's how you pronounce the name. Bravo. The sad fact of it is, though, is although this is a parody, like, at the same time, it's not that far off from the reality of any of these like actual game DLCs. They're all like way overpriced and shit like that. Okay. Well, folks, I checked the Streamlabs one more time, and I came up with Jack, Zip, Nada, and unless Josh has any more requests, let's see. Oh my God, yes, we need Blues Doll. We definitely need Blues Doll. Damn it, I keep trying to sign off so I can, kind of enjoy my evening. But, I'm glad I can, entertain you guys. I really am. So, anyway, okay, this will be the last one, and then I really do have to, sign off. Which, in reality, means I'll probably just be in the Danger Zone Discord for the rest of the night, but still, same thing, kind of. Okay. I thought I would subscribe to Blues Doll on this channel, but maybe I'm not. We will see in just a moment. I know I've seen Blues Doll's videos. I just, you're right, Bibbidi Boop. I can't quit us. More specifically, I can't quit you. Well, I am enjoying you guys' company, Josh, but I can't talk to you guys on Discord while I'm doing this. Not like in the way I want to talk to you guys. So okay, which and by the way, Blues Doll, you earned yourself another okay, so okay. Which one are we doing now? This stream brought to you by Smooth Dead Air. There must be a little bit of a lag between the chat and the, so. Is someone trying to DM me on the Savage? No. I'm okay. I'm trying to find the I am trying to find the Blues Doll video. Okay. It's called Distraught. Oh, okay. Let's see. Yeah, Distraught Owen Benjamin. Got it. Owen Benjamin. Damn, I'm gonna have to watch like a whole bunch of these. Okay. Oh, okay. Found it. Yeah, the people listening to this on audio are gonna be like, man, this podcast really started to suck. So. Yeah, I see it. Distraught.
Fuck!
Oh my god.
Fuck.
The dog barking in the background makes this perfect.
Fuck! Fuck, dude. I gotta get through this. Sorry. No, this is pussy. Ah! Fuck! Faggot!
Oh my
Fuck,
god,
man.
guys. Oh my. Wow. Blues Doll, bravo. Bravo. Okay, I saw a few other Owen ones that I have to watch. Let's watch Owen Benjamin Stragglers. Shall we?
Viewers of a weak disposition might want to turn away now.
Viewers of a weak disposition might want to turn. Oh my god, yes! Oh my god, yes. They used Bear Force 1 in this. Oh my god. They're just running off the cliff. Oh my god. I love this.
It's so good, it's so good, it's so good, it's so good, it's so...
Bye-bye, Bad Bear. Oh, you're banned. Why don't I let you go? Because I do what the fuck I want. It's my stream, Bad Bear.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. I guess I hadn't been subscribed to Blues Doll before, so apologies to you, madam, but oh my god. This is thanks for insisting that we stay on the stream for a bit, Josh. I really do appreciate it because this is gold. So it really is. Okay. Yeah, oh my god, the bye bye Bad Bear part had me in stitches. Seeing the see, here's the thing about Owen. Owen is hilarious, but like ironically hilarious. He's hilarious because of because He's just such a locale. Anyway, wow. Yeah. Well, this podcast, this episode has certainly, you know, it's taken a turn, ladies and gentlemen. It really has. But oh snap! And I've done 2 hours and 45 minutes, folks. Well, I mean, I'd love to do more, but I think 2:45 is just about the limit that we've hit in terms of the stream might start spurring out now. So, but the live streaming code, I mean. But anyway, folks, in all seriousness, I do appreciate all of you for tuning in. Thank you so very much for the likes for tuning in earlier tonight, and I will be signing off now officially. So thanks to Rowe for coming on the stream, and happy birthday, Joshua Rogers, and thanks to the Danger Zone for great content, and thanks to all the trolls who came in the chat as well. I love you all, even the haters. From all of us here at NGC Studios, good night, God bless, God, freedom, legacy in that order, and yes, Evil Eric, that is Piglet in the background to answer your question. I've had that since I was an infant. So, very keen eye, sir. But, anyway, from all of us here at NGC Studios, good night, God bless, and God save this great nation.